7 boards.
We got freshman forward Avery Aaron and grad student guard Robin Lee. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions.
Yeah, obviously, 4-2 start to league play. I guess for you, Rob, what do you feel like has taken this group to kind of get off to the hot start that it has?
Our defense. We always focus on our defense. We can get stops, then our offense is going to be fueled by that.
I feel like you guys go to the three-point line, a lot better. Again, obviously the Liberty and Jacksonville State game, they kind of got hot both teams. What do you feel like changed in terms of kind of running up on shooters a little bit?
Scouting report. We follow what our coaches give us, and we study that, and we just come prepared for the game.
This week was going to be, an emphasis on post play and everything like that. But today was more of, a balanced attack. How did you feel about, the way y'all were able to keep the defense kind of guessing today?
Again, scouting report. We just followed the game plan, and we trust coach is going to put us in the best position to win, and that's what we did.
Aaron, how did you feel today about, the way the coach was able to, make an impact on both ends today, with them trying to get you guys out in space today?
I think that when we, the posts are on their top of their game, it helps everybody because you can't focus on guards and posts at the same time. Somebody's going to slip up. So if we're hitting, then the guards are going to start getting open, and if they're hitting, it's easy work for us. So when we're all firing, it just makes life simple.
I feel like it's clear that you're getting healthier and just kind of back in like the groove of the game. Like, what has it been like just kind of going through league play and just kind of seeing how the league plays you and I guess the physicality of it?
It's been interesting just coming off of an injury, coming off the bench, because everyone was a little ahead of me experience-wise, knowing how they're going to call this, what's going to go happen here. But as time goes on, more games under my belt, it just gets smoother and smoother, which is a lot nicer than it was in the beginning.
Yeah, she's got 8 straight games in double figures. Just watching her and the way that she works, as a freshman, watching her, what are you trying to take in terms of her work ethic and I guess how she consistently scores?
I think Rob has a great next play mentality. Anything could happen, and she's just on to the next one. She's not going to dwell on anything that's happening, and she is a role model for our team, a leader for our team. So her being able to just next play, next one, makes everybody go to the next play.
Appreciate y'all.
Coach kind of pulled away in there the fourth quarter. Go ahead and give us your overall thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I thought we knew there were times where we were going to have to be really strong with the basketball, and 14 turnovers. I think that's obviously you'd like to have a few less, but I thought we handled their aggressiveness, their athleticism, their physicality much better than we did at FIU last week. And I think they've got a couple of tremendous scorers and athletes on their roster that they rebound the ball very well. And we knew rebounding was going to be huge for us. Limit them to one shot, keep them off the offensive boards, and keep them off the free throw line so we can go attack offensively. And I think our group did a really good job of that today. I think we had some matchups that were challenging to us, but then on the flip side of that, I thought we had some favorable matchups that we were able to take advantage of. Rob's been really consistent for us. We felt like we could get our guards downhill, and I thought they both said it, but we talked about that. We watched it in film. We walked through it yesterday. On these one-game or one-day turnarounds, you've got to be really smart about how you recover, but how you prepare. And I think that they did an excellent job of listening, absorbing, and then going out and executing against what they were trying to do defensively. So I was pleased with us offensively. A couple of games this week in the 80s. We need to continue that. I think when you look at the balance, and both of them spoke to it, but that's what we've got to have. We got to get a few things cleaned up defensively, especially as we go on the road. But proud of what they did on the boards. It's 2 games this week. We were plus in double figures on the boards, and I think that's huge. And 2 games where I can't remember, I think we shot 42 or how many free throws we shoot on Thursday, but we shot 34 today, and 70% in both, so that's huge.
Obviously, there are a lot of factors to the win, but I felt like bench points, that's kind of been the Achilles heel
Yeah.
of this team. And then you obviously Avery was a huge part of that. I guess what's something like seeing her production kind of increase?
Well, we need it. I think that, and I've talked about this, but like each of those posts, especially those young, well, they're all young, but they each kind of bring something different, and their skill sets are different, from Taylor to Jordan to Isla to Avery, Mel. Like, they all kind of have something different that they bring, and we need that from her. I think she's poised, strong with the ball in her hands. She's strong enough to finish in the paint with her back to the basket. She can shoot the three. She makes one today, and that's what we need. Isla, quick turnaround for her, played a lot of minutes on Thursday. We've got to continue to, be smart about how we get production from each of them and rest their bodies as we go through. But we need that from Avery. I think she said it, it's just, she was a little bit further behind than everybody. She missed 6 weeks of practice. She missed game time. Like, that's a lot of reps that you miss. And I think she's starting to gain some confidence and some comfort in that, which is huge for our group. And, we've got to continue to get that from everybody. But you've got to have bench points and bench support. And we tell them all the time, not just points, but when you come in, there can't be a drop-off defensively and on the boards. And I think she had, 5 boards today. And, Isla goes one. You can look at her stat line and go, oh, she didn't have a great game. Well, she was 10 and 9, And I think that Jordan had a couple of big defensive boards during that fourth quarter stretch, and 7 boards. You look down, everybody that played had at least 1 rebound, except for 1, and we've got to have that kind of impact.
Gianna and Robbie both, kind of picked their spots today, and Robin, in back-to-back games had a big first half that was kind of Gianna this time, kind of closing things out a bit. So how did you feel about the way they were able to kind of pick their spots and explode?
Well, I think that guard group, and it starts with G and how she pushes tempo for us. And she puts a lot of pressure on defenses when she's aggressive and attacking, and it was really good. I didn't think she started out that way those first couple of minutes, and then she took over. And when she's got that confidence and that command of the basketball, I thought she missed a couple of opportunities to take it to the rim there on those first few possessions of how they were defending her in transition. But I thought, we know she's going to make free throws. I want the ball in her hands at the end of the game. Teams have to worry about her. You've got to worry about Robin. You've got to worry about Paris. That's really good balance. Sydney's come in and done some really good things for us this week. And I thought last week too. She's playing her heart out defensively. She gives us a different dynamic on the defensive end of the floor. An experienced player. She's played a lot of basketball. Maybe not here at this level, but she's played a lot of basketball, and she's been really solid for us. But I think it starts with Gianna, and you go 9 of 10 from the free throw line. She has 2 huge threes. We ran a little set against the zone for her to get her on the wing, and we had her open, and she passed it to Sydney. And she's unselfish. She was just trying to make the one more. And I'm like, hey, I want you to shoot that shot right there. And she's like, I got you. But we need her to do that. 2 of 4. I thought she got fouled on a couple of drives to the rim. We'll go back and watch them. But I thought she was really, really efficient today.
Has Rob always had that ability, I guess, in close paint? She seems to have a great feel of just angles, just ability to kind of.
She uses that glass well.
Yeah.
She does, and we do a little shooting drill every day, a little 7-spot where we make them shoot 2 different spots off the glass. Whether it's on the right side or left side, and she knows that the glass forgives, and when she gets in there, she does a great job of that. But you asked that question to Avery about Robin being a role model and her leadership, and Rob is a worker, and when Rob shows up every day, you know what you're going to get from her consistently from a work ethic standpoint. And it's, as a coach, you want to see them their work be rewarded. And I think it's been so cool to see Robin stay consistent sometimes, and especially this day and age, players get frustrated with that. Young players, if they don't see success immediately, they get frustrated and they maybe stop working or they change locations. And Rob has been just persistent in her pursuit of excellence. And to see her having the success is great, but she wants to win. And she'll sit in my office, or we'll talk on the floor, or we'll, whether we're out, getting a smoothie or a snack or whatever, and she wants to win. What can I do to help this group be successful? And that's all she wants. But it is really cool to see that from her, and she can get in that paint, use the glass really, really well. She doesn't get knocked off her dribble. She's strong.
You know, 7 home wins in a row. How you kind of now take this success you had at home and now follow it up and take it on the road now?
Yeah, road wins are hard. I think for us, we've got to defend, we've got to rebound, and you give yourself a chance with those things, and then you got to take care of the basketball. I think we've gained some confidence offensively this week that we need to be able to take on the road with us. But if we can defend, we can rebound, and we can take care of the basketball, that gives you a chance to stay in a game, and then you got to be able to make some plays on the road. I think this group is playing with some confidence. I thought we had opportunities, as poorly as we played in that second quarter at FIU. It's it's 2 possessions with like 6 minutes to go. We had opportunities. We got to 2 possessions multiple times with the ball, and this group will break through. I don't think it's we can't win on the road. I think it's just really hard to win on the road. I think if you look at the travel in our league and you look at the records of teams, like, road wins are elusive, and you've got to be tough, you've got to be together, you've got to be aggressive, and you got to be prepared. And we're going to try to continue to put this group in those situations, and I think they're super coachable. They really like each other. Their chemistry and camaraderie is good. We've got to continue to build that.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Coach.